What's up, guys? Welcome to the episode of Calcio Basta. Big weekend in Serie A. We're gonna try to wrap it up here and see what we made of all the results. Napoli getting a big 3 points. Milan with a big 3 points away from home. Juve with 3 points following the big embarrassment in Champions League, and Inter dropping points at home to Fiorentina. But before we get to any of that stuff, how was your weekend, guys? Good?
Yeah.
How was your
busy.
weekend then? Busy? I know you were busy with work, Johnny.
Yeah.
Quista fatiga, Sam.
Yeah,
Samba fatiga.
unfortunately.
That's it, man. That's it. Mr. CBS.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess first let's start off with let's take a good 3 minutes to talk about Napoli. I didn't watch the game. I mean I tuned in the last 20 minutes. So you guys take it from there.
Go ahead, Dan. You start off. I'll come off here.
About Napoli Udinese. Well,
Yeah.
you saw the whole game, so I want you to start off with the first half, then I can talk about the second half.
All right. Well, we don't have to talk about the first half. It was absolute garbage. Absolute.
Well,
just
I
atrocious.
honestly, to be totally honest with our viewers, everyone, I haven't even seen the Del Feo goal, so I don't even know how we
No,
conceded.
great goal. He had some space. Shot from right outside the box. I mean, he's a great player. He's produced a lot this year for them. So I mean, I wasn't shocked. It was gonna either come from him or Beto. No one else is scoring on that team. But yeah, the first half we didn't play too well. It looked like, I don't know if we just looked tired or whatnot, but it just didn't look like they really had the urgency that I thought they would have, especially with like you play before Inter and Milan, you want to put on a performance, probably win. Obviously they end up doing so, but the first half wasn't that great. I mean, the second half was way better. So honestly, you didn't miss anything in the first half.
Look, it's like this. What I saw, I got home I had coaching in the morning, so I got home right at halftime. I saw the whole second half. You put Mertens on, it changes everything.
Yeah, he changed.
Like, I don't understand. There are rumblings that it's about the contract and that De Laurentiis and the coach don't want him playing because they don't want to have to be forced into signing him again because he is getting really old,
Right.
But you see the impact he has on this team. Like, what's another year going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what's the problem with signing him for one more year? Like, he could come on. Udinese is not an easy team to beat, regardless. Even though we have beat them.
I used to say the same thing with Del Piero. Like, what would one extra year have done?
If
But
anything,
sometimes
like
you're
you see the impact he has on these guys. Like, if anyone, se c'è qualcuno che ci tiene alla maglia, you know what I mean? It's him.
It's him.
If there's someone that's really loves the team and loves the club, it's him on this team, even more than Insigne, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
it's normal because
I'm not even trying to throw shade. I'm not even trying to throw shade at Insigne. I just genuinely think that Mertens has been adopted as like a Neapolitan. And he just really feels, you could tell he feels the team. He feels the city. So when he caught on, we're down 1-0 against Udinese at home. We've already had embarrassments at home this year. I don't know what's the problem. We play away and we're like Barcelona. We come at home and it's like watching the Lithuanian national team. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, they're bad.
And that second half was huge, that performance. Everyone played better. Everybody played like an animal that second half. And it was largely down to him.
And you took off too. They took off Fabian, who's been instrumental for us this season.
Yeah.
And you would think that taking him off for a whole half, someone's like asking Spalletti, what the hell are you doing? But he played it right. And Mertens really did change the game. And that's why Osimhen scored those 2 goals, probably just because he got on that field. Otherwise, if it was with that service, he wasn't getting anything.
Look, speaking of game changers, the other game that we had in Sardinia later on in the day, Cagliari Milan. Benacer really, besides the goal, I watched the game.
Oh, he's awesome.
The guy has to be one of the most consistent players in the Serie A. Benacer, week in and week out, he puts down minimum solid like 7.58. This guy.
That Empoli team that he was on, it was with Di Lorenzo, Benacer. I think there was a few more players. I can't remember.
Rugani on the team? No, it was. No, he was already gone, right?
This was the team that I think they did get relegated, but like it was down to the last day and it was against Inter, and Inter needed to win the game to get in the Champions League. I don't know if you remember that. And like Di Lorenzo hit the post in the last second or something at the San Siro, and like they were that close. So it was like that post literally brought Inter into the Champions League and sent Empoli to Serie B. Yeah. But that, regardless, I'm getting off topic. But
sure.
But even from that back then, you could tell like Bennacer was a tremendous player. I was honestly really upset that Napoli didn't get him.
This Milan team has really been pushing, and I mean, I don't know, it might be annoying to hear, whatever. I think that between the teams in the top three, regardless of schedules, regardless of squads, I think that the team that can make the biggest push based on how they've been performing other games is Milan. Inter has shown that Inter, I mean, it's what Inzaghi does. Inzaghi ghosted with Lazio the rest of the season. I mean, not Inzaghi himself, but his team's ghosted. You see Inter now, they had that big win coming off that big dry streak, and now what? I'm pretty sure they have 2 wins in 9 matches, all competitions. They go and play against Fiorentina. Thank God Torreira scored. But I think Napoli obviously is a great team, but they can be so good, but they can be so weak. There's nothing in the middle. Yeah. I feel like the team that has something in the middle that can coast is Milan. And I think on the form that they're on, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but we mentioned it, like the grinta that a team needs to have to like make the extra push. They have it. If you look at their record against like even just the top 6, they get points from everybody. They have the best record. Exactly. And that's
Milan literally, I mean, it's 8 finals for all the teams, but especially for Milan, each game, hey, even if they finish the rest of even if, let's say they score 8 goals the rest of the season, concede 0, 8-1-0 wins, that's the title for them. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
In my opinion, when you look at all 3, like the best players possible for each position on each team, I still believe that it's between Inter and Napoli for like the best team, this best starting 11.
Yeah.
But in terms of who has gotten the most out of his players, it's always been Pioli.
Yeah, Pioli. That's the better mentality comes from Milan.
So. Yeah, I mean, you don't go to the Maradona and play that game the way they played. You know, they knew what they had to do. They went out, they did their task, and they came home with the 3 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a huge game in this part of the season.
Yeah.
And that really left an impression on me.
Yeah. And I mean, look, Inter, I don't know. I caught most of the game, the Inter Fiorentina game. And, you know, it's like Inter, they have those moments where, you know, they can pull a goal out of anywhere. And the example with Perisic's cross to Dumfries, that's why you sign players like Dumfries, for those little moments. But for the rest of the game, it was like, I couldn't tell if it was a mix of Fiorentina and Italiano taking it to Inter or Inter lacking something. I think I couldn't tell what it was, to be honest.
It doesn't matter. Like, yes, Fiorentina's a good team. Like,
they've done some good things.
That's like 100%. They're a great team. Like, they have a great coach. Italiano's gonna end up on Juve one day, in my opinion. I think after Allegri, it's Italiano. But in terms of Inter playing against them, Inter should always be winning this game, regardless.
No, they have to win the game,
especially now. But regardless, even if it's a friendly, if it's a Champions League game, if it's a Serie A game, you're Inter. You have that squad. You got to win their game. That's it.
Yeah.
And they did not. They're mushad. Like, I don't understand what happened to Inter. They're just
they've gone cold. I don't know what it's been. They don't even really have. It's not even. You can't even blame it on like injuries. Like, obviously,
no. They've been the luckiest in terms of.
You know what sucks?
Brozovic was out a couple games, but that's it.
Oh, Brozovic is out. Brozovic is out 3 games, and they're 3 games without a win.
The worst games. Yeah,
he's so instrumental for them, for sure.
If anything, they're the luckiest team with COVID and injuries this year.
They've had nothing, dude. They've had virtually nothing. No, I don't know. I mean, we're kind of getting off topic, but real quick, that Bologna game that they have to make up, apparently they're trying to get it nulled and not even play it. 3-0 for Inter.
If the Serie A lets that happen.
Bro, but I mean,
it's a sham.
Look, in the past, I mean, we all know Inter should have had the Scudetto that went to Inter, that was passed on from Juve to Milan for Calciopoli. Then obviously Milan was found guilty, so they passed it on to Inter. Then 5 years later, the audio recordings come out of Moratti, and based on a technicality, statute of limitations, too much time had passed, and Inter gets to keep the title. Yes. This kind of reminds me of that. Like if they find their way in that, I don't know, man. I really don't know.
No,
they might win. They 100% will win that game anyway. They're going to win the game
at
regardless.
Least play it, but go on the field and win it.
You ruin like the whole essence of sport.
Exactly
by being okay with getting a 3-0 win like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's worse that Inter are so okay with just like saying no, we want.
Dude, it's no shame.
Without even playing. That's like shameless. That's shameless.
It is shameless.
It can't happen. I mean, the league is the race is that tight. You can't let it be decided on someone giving them 3 points like that. No shot. There's just no way. It's gonna be played, and they're gonna have to suck it up and do it. Like there's no way.
They have to.
I mean, and then moving on quick before we get to like Roma Lazio. I mean, I don't really have many words to say. There's nothing really to comment about Juve's game today with Salernitana. They had to respond and win, and they won. That's it. I don't care. They got the job done. That's it. I'm not gonna go and comment on it. The only person I want to speak about is Dybala. Everyone all week for months, 50% say Dybala should stay, 50% say Dybala should freaking leave. I'm one of the ones that I would love for him to stay just because of his talent, but based on the mind and the situation and just how things have gone on, I don't care if he scored today, Dybala. I really don't care. If he scored and he ran and he played well, Dybala needs to leave. Juve needs to part ways with him. It sucks to see him go, but when you see a player that bumps heads too many times with the manager, there's issues here. He's always injured, making all these demands. I love the player. I wish him the best of luck. It's going to suck if he goes to a club like Inter. I think it's better for both teams to part ways. Hopefully he doesn't leave on a free. You sign him to 1 or 2 years and he's gone.
Yeah, but I don't even think he would do you guys that favor. He wouldn't even do you guys that favor.
Maybe he won't, but at least I hope that they push and try.
I mean,
regardless, it's so easy to go and say, oh, Dybala scored today, we keep him. We can't do that just because he scores in one game, the next day we keep him. No.
But why do you want a player who's going to give you 15 games out of 38 in the season?
Exactly. So it sucks because if he leaves, any team in Serie A is going to go to is Inter. I would rather he leave the league. But I mean, look, you can't have it both ways. Juve fans got Vlahovic to go to them. If Dybala goes to another team, we're gonna know what it feels. Just have to suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's it. Well, what were you gonna say then? I know you're gonna say something
just
about
really quick. I just brought up the stats because I couldn't remember. I remember I sent you the picture of Inter's last few games.
Yeah.
Like their results.
Oh yeah.
How does a Scudetto contending team go the last 8 games? Winning 1 of them, by the way. They've only won 1 game out of the last 8 Serie A games.
Yeah,
not all competitions. Serie A. Against Salernitana. How does a team like that? How does a team with that form still have a chance at this title?
There was
that's insane.
There is 1 game in hand, the game with Bologna that Inter has to play. But there was one point in the season, Juve was -17 off of Inter.
Yeah,
the -1. So that really, really, really shitty starts of the season that Juve had, where it was starting off with the losses, and then you had a couple wins, a couple draws. That's what Inter is going through now. It sucks that Juve is playing catch up, and they're pushing it. They're pushing. Anything can happen. But if I'm a Juve fan, I'm more optimistic. If I'm an Inter fan, mi sto cagando sotto.
You can't be optimistic.
That's it.
You can't be optimistic as an Inter fan right now. They're awful.
They have everything. Awful. They have everything to lose at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they're losing it.
They're losing it. Speaking of losing, Roma Lazio, Sarri, Mourinho. Go ahead, Dan. I mean, you said it. Mourinho was talking shit all week, and then he goes and dunks.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah. I saw a bunch of Napoli fans that they might as well put Lazio badges in their bios because like they're Sarri fans more than Napoli fans, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they Mourinho, I can't wait for Sarri to, these are all Italians, by the way. I can't wait for Sarri to go to Mourinho and make him, eat his words, this, that, and this. And it's like, fatti una vita.
Well, they're saying that because Lazio won the other game.
I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you see what Mourinho posted?
Yeah,
today?
I love him. I literally love him. Like he's so good for calcio for Serie A. Like he's so good to have him in because he's never gonna win anything with Roma. Let's be honest. Like he's never gonna win.
Probably not Scudetto, but you never know.
I just don't think even a Coppa Italia. I don't know. Maybe,
I don't think it's realistic given the other teams.
I don't think it's realistic.
I mean, look, a cup is different than a league. So if he could make a run in a cup,
who knows? But just having him there, at a team like Roma, because Roma is a big team. Like it's awesome. It's so cool. I love. This is what I live for. Like the shit talking between the coaches. I love that. Yeah. It makes it amazing.
That quote
brings me back to like 2007, 2006.
Yeah,
that was a funny quote. Coaches. I got my players, training whatever, and they're resting at home smoking a cigarette with Sarri. I was dying. I was reading that thing. Yeah. That's what Mourinho said.
He's the best, man.
And then the back and forth with Zeman too.
I mean, Mourinho too. He was like, I won like 20 something trophies. Meanwhile, this guy literally won 2 Serie B titles. Like, sit down.
Yeah.
That was good,
dude. He had them on fire though. I watched a good amount in that game. The Pellegrini goal, forget it. Beautiful goal.
I don't want to speak about it. I don't want to speak.
Ridiculous goal.
With Dan, I'm never speaking about.
Pellegrini. He doesn't like
Pellegrini. Forget it.
I'm never speaking with Dan.
I'm still holding on to hope.
I'll speak with you about him, but with Dan, I can't.
No, they was good, and the whole thing that CBS did too with Tammy, like you see his perspective from the outside, like him coming from England. And then he's so adapted. Plus, don't forget, I mean, he's played 40 games, but he already has more goals than Batistuta and Montella did in their first seasons of Roma. They had 21 each. He's at 23. So whether people want to like say he's crap or not, and obviously they're battling for Europa or a Conference League spot. They're not battling for the Scudetto, but he's had a very productive season. He has 15 goals in his first season.
You could definitely see he's a player that stepped it up, and at the same time he has the team behind him.
I think he's embracing it. Exactly. I think they're really supporting him. But dude, they play well at times. And don't forget, like Roma's the team that kept Napoli to when we were perfect. We were the first. I think they were the first team that we dropped points to.
This is the thing about Mourinho teams. Mourinho, look, Allegri. We'll wrap it up here. Allegri chooses to play ugly because that's literally what he likes. He likes playing for the result. Sarri likes playing beautiful football. Guardiola, all these passing patterns, play with a purpose, with a plan. Everyone has this idea just because of that year that Mourinho had with Manchester United, that he played Pogba as a 6. They were labeling Mourinho like he's as bad as Simeone, like he plays like terrorist ball. Mourinho's teams can play beautiful football. He's the essence of football. Mourinho, very heavy on the counter, frustrate teams. When he wants to play beautiful, his team will play beautiful. When he says, I'm going to play ugly, I really don't give a damn. He'll play ugly. But that's the difference. Some managers will always play like that. He chooses when he's going to play like that. So when people say, oh, Mourinho's the anti-football, Mourinho's not anti-football. Mourinho's just the smartest out there. That's
all you need to know about Mourinho is that video that circulates about him talking about how he set up Inter to beat Barcelona.
Oh yeah,
in the semifinal
with the orange and the white little board.
Yeah, you need to know about him to know that he's probably the second or third best coach of all time. Is that?
Yeah.
To beat that team,
you
have to be a genius. You have to be generational.
Yeah, I mean
that's what he is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Speaking about Mourinho, obviously Mourinho and Pep, they had big feuds in El Clasico, when back in the day when they were going back and forth, around the early 2010s.
He's box office.
The Clasico was today. I was away reffing. I wasn't able to watch the game. I mean, I just saw the result. Luciano's going nuts in the chat. I saw the result.
Yeah.
But that was it.
I didn't get to see it, but I mean, that's ridiculous. That's a big surprise.
I didn't think
Real Madrid's defense was disgusting, putrid.
Yeah.
Putrid. I mean, I looked at the score, 3-0, and then I saw 4. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Look, Real Madrid were awful. Let's be honest. I saw the game. I saw most of it.
I'll take your word, my friend.
Real Madrid were awful regardless, but I think if anyone else, I think if I played or Luka played instead of Eder Militao, it probably would have been a 2-0 game.
With my knee in the shape that it is, probably,
genuinely, I think I think 38-year-old like Chiellini in crutches could have done better than him.
I saw somebody on Twitter call Militao the Brazilian Ben Mee today.
Oh boy,
he was so.
I think that's all you need to know after that.
I don't even know how to describe how disgustingly bad this guy was today. Like he single-handedly like sabotaged everything that Real Madrid was trying to
crazy
do.
game to have an off game too, because Real
it's
was
crazy
cruising.
Because this season Militao, I'm not going to say he's been
like, really good, yeah,
Cannavaro level, but he's been very good for them. Militao
so bad. Like I can't tell you how many times I saw this guy get caught out from just a normal pass like over the top.
Yeah.
Like that's all it took to get for the players to get him behind him. I think he was like he was on drugs. I think he was on drugs. Like
you never know.
At some or he threw the game. Like it looked that bad. Like it was that bad. I think he threw the game or something. He must have had like a bet on the game. I don't know. It was so bad.
Well, that sounds terrible.
It's a big win, and I mean, look, Xavi's
Shout out to Luce. Dembele had 2 more assists, by the way. He hates Ousmane Dembele.
Dembele has 2 assists.
He had 2 assists.
Oh my God, Dembele's assist, the first goal.
Aubameyang had 2 goals.
Oh,
he's on fire, dude. He's playing for a contract. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Dembele. I don't even know if he's playing for. I think he's playing.
Whatever
to
he
get
is,
another
he's
job.
just
See,
yeah,
I hate players.
Well, that's
what
I
like
meant.
That.
Anywhere,
but I hate players that are like that. Oh, because you're facing criticism, the contract is up. You decide to like break your ass. No, you should be breaking your ass all year long.
Insigne.
Yeah, another one.
We're not going there right now,
bro. And honestly, for me, I can easily throw Dybala in that mix too.
Yeah, right now, yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
So
I just meant as a football fan, as a football fan, it's good because Dembele is a great player.
Yeah, no, Dembele, when he's not playing Fortnite and he's not like up until 4 a.m. showing up late to train, you think that this guy, but that's the funny thing. He always gets fined. He's always like 30 minutes late to training. You'd think he'd be showing up like, I'm not condoning it, but you'd think he'd be showing up like hungover or he was out of the club. This dude literally he's playing Fortnite.
He's eating chips, playing Fortnite until 5 a.m.
He's literally like a teenage kid.
Yeah,
he's being a kid.
He's literally us. He's literally us.
For real.
He's what we're doing. Exactly.
For real. Like I could easily wake up at 9 a.m. tomorrow and just show up at Barcelona training, and it's the same shit at the end of the day. Just like him.
Dude, I'm more of a serious person than him. And I work 2 jobs and I go to school. This dude is a millionaire. All he needs to do is be early to training.
Forget early. He's got to
like
that's don't not even be early. That is early is asking. Be on time at least.
Yeah, just be exactly. Bro, 9 a.m. Be there at 9 a.m.
If training is at 9, if Ousmane Dembele shows up at 9:10, that's a start. That's better.
No.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I guess we'll wrap it up there, guys. Thanks for being with us in this episode of Calcio Basta.
Yeah, guys, appreciate it as always. Follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Calcio Basta TM, Calcio Basta on YouTube. Glad to keep doing this. I'm glad as a whole, I'm just saying, even between us 3, I'm glad we're doing this consistently. It's fun to do it. So
yeah,
thank you guys for tuning in as well.
All right, guys. See you next time. We'll see you. We'll be probably reacting to
that's right. Maybe you'll see us
the World Cup or not. We don't know.
Maybe you'll see us in person too. Who knows? Together reacting.
Never know. So we'll see. All right, guys. Ciao.
Be nice.
Ciao.